Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm a guy called Joe. This is Bootstrapping Tools Let's Build, where we help scrappy bootstrappers just like yourself figure out how to overcome some of the hurdles that they're facing in order to make themselves better, more efficient, and optimize their workflows. Now, before we dive into today's video, make sure to check out our YouTube channel. We got lots of videos up there that talk through all different types of low code and no code solutions out there, including just working with APIs or using tools like Retool or Data Studio and many others. Now, in today's topic, we're going to be talking about Monday.com and more specifically, how you can set up a custom webhook on Monday.com. Now, one of the things that you might be wondering, what's a webhook? Well, webhooks are essentially just a way for you to subscribe to specific events that occur within an app like Monday.com, and then have certain things trigger off of that event. So let's say, for instance, someone updates a status on your Monday.com board and you want to do something with that afterwards, like send a Slack notification or something like that. A custom webhook is going to let you do that. So what will happen is Monday.com will have this webhook set up for you. And then when someone changes that status, it's going to send a bunch of data out to this URL, this endpoint, this webhook, right? And then once you receive that information, you're going to take that and then do a bunch of stuff with it. It's going to trigger off a series of events that you're going to create on your own end in order to automate some of your workflows. So let's get started here. We're just going to head over to Monday.com and let's show you how you're going to get started. Okay, so up on the screen over here, we have our Monday.com sample board. This is for IT requests. We only have a couple of items in here, but one of the items that we have is this priority tab. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to create a webhook that listens specifically for changes on this tab. And if it does change, it's going to send a request out to our Webhook URL. And then from there, you can decide to do whatever you want to do with it. But the first thing that we're going to want to do is going over to the documentation for webhooks. There's actually a kind of start here that you can do, and within it there's a piece of code that you can actually send over using Graphiql in order to actually set all that up. You're going to notice that also within the config you can figure out, or you can tell it specifically which column you want. So reading some of the documentation right over here in the middle, this note over here, we're going to want to use this event type, which is change specific column value, and we're going to want to set that to a column ID. So we're going to need to get the column ID first. If we didn't use this one, like let's say we use the change column value as opposed to change specific column value, then we wouldn't need this configuration. We wouldn't need to get the ID. But because we want to be a little bit more granular and focused on what types of webhooks do get fired, what we'll do essentially is we're going to use the change specific column value, and then we're going to pass through it within this config the column ID that we need. So going back over to our Monday.com application, like I said before, you can't really see what this the column ID is. For you to do that, actually, it's pretty simple. Go over down to your little avatar in the bottom left over here, click on that, and then you're going to see an option for Monday Labs right over here. When you click on that, it's going to do a little pop-up, and you can get a bunch of little things that Monday.com has in their staging or development, basically beta versions of everything. And one of the ones is going to be developer mode. And we zoom in a little bit over here. Developer mode, status is beta, but you essentially, it'll allow you to see template IDs, column IDs, and a bunch of other stuff that lets it makes it easier for you to use their API. So go ahead and just click on the activate button. It's going to go ahead and activate, and then your page should just reload as soon as you exit out of the pop-up or that little overlay, the modal. And then once it loads back up, and then we go back over to our priority column, we click on the little down arrow, you'll see that there's a column ID now, and that's status _1. So going back over to the documentation, we essentially just want to grab all of this. So we'll take that, and then within here, I actually have it posted already. You'll just post that in here, and then you'll change the column ID to status _1. Make sure to change your board ID over to the board that you want to set up this webhook for. All right, so when we call this, what's going to happen is it's just not going to give us anything because we need to put in the URL. So Create Webhook is null because it didn't work. So what we need is we're going to create a Webhook URL. If you have one already, great. If not, and you need a platform to do it, I recommend Pipedream. It is a, essentially like a webhook application or platform that you can use in order to create a bunch of webhooks and have a bunch of workflows for it. I use it a lot. It's actually pretty cool. They have a free plan that gives you a lot of usage out of it. If you want to upgrade as well, it's not too expensive. I think it's like $10 a month for a lot of calls. So feel free to use this. That's pipedream.com. And we are not sponsored. I just really like to use them. It's really cool. So the thing that we're going to do here is we're going to create an HTTP API. So this is trigger on HTTP request and return a custom response. So we're going to need to do this because we need to authenticate ourselves with the Monday.com Webhook API. So we click on that. We're going to get this URL over here. So just go ahead and copy that. Going back over to our Graphiql playground over here, we're just going to put that URL in there, and then we're going to hit play. And what it's going to do, it's still null because it's still wrong. It's not fully set up yet. But when we go back to Pipedream, we're going to see that today there's a little call. So click on that, and we're going to see that within the body there's this challenge. And this challenge is essentially what we need to use in order to authenticate or authorize that this webhook works. And so we go back over here. Let's go ahead and click on the comprehensive guide within Learn More. That's going to bring us over to exactly what we need to do. So scrolling down, we need to verify the webhook URL. So what it wants us to do is when Monday.com makes a post request to our webhook URL, it's going to send us a challenge. And all we need to do is just respond back saying it's like, hey, got your challenge token. Here's the challenge token that I got. And then as long as they both match, Monday.com will verify, will pretty much say that you're verified, you're validated, you're good to go, and be the webhook URL for this webhook event or this setup. So going back over to Pipedream, what we'll do now is we're going to use HTTP response. So we're just going to respond back to it, and we're going to say 200, and then within the body, super easy, we're just going to say challenge, and then within our trigger over here, it's going to copy the path to it because we're just going to respond back with that same trigger. So save this and then also deploy it so that when we run this one more time in Graphiql, it's going to actually give us a little ID of a webhook. So hit play, and now we have a webhook for this board, and that's a webhook ID. So we're good to go. It's been authenticated, and we can start messing around with it. When we go back here, we'll see that everything ran. We actually don't need this to run anymore, so we can go ahead and just say disable that, deploy it. And now going back over here, now when we change this to a low priority, what we expect to happen is that we should get the information through the webhook, and then we should see it displayed. So right now we only have just two of these. Now when we change the priority level, that's priority status, we should get a third one. Let's test this out. Let's say this is a medium priority now. Come back over here, and we have that new one that just occurred. Click on that. We can see that within our data set over here, the event, we get all this rich data. Column status is the priority has changed. We can see what the previous value was as well. Text was high. You can see the style of it. And then you can also see what the value of everything is right now, which is now set to medium. And you can write a bunch of rules against it now. So if we say we wanted to create another step over here and just run some, typical JavaScript code, we can say within the triggered event, the body, if the value of it, so let's go over here, just say copy path. Let's say the new value equals to that, and then we can do if new value equals to high, then do something. I don't know exactly what. Maybe we can do a console log. High priority set. And else, we'll just do a console log. Not a high priority. All right, so we deploy this and then we change it again. We should be able to see what the output is. So going back to it, say medium, let's say it's a high now. Go back here to the latest one. You can see console says high priority set. And then if we change this back to a low, we'll get another API response over here. And then we'll see that the console says not a high priority. So you can imagine, like, now that you have this all set up for monday.com, you can set this up for any individual column that you want. And as you change it, you can do several different things. You can create steps over here where you can do send information to Airtable, send things to Google Drive, do something with Twilio. You can do some Slack stuff as well, or Telegram, GitHub. There's so many apps available within Pipedream, and if it really comes down to it, you can just write your own JavaScript code, Node.js code, and just do whatever custom automation you need for your operations. This is a really powerful way for you to automate some of your workflows, especially if you're using monday.com or if you're using any other webhook or application service out there that supports webhooks, custom webhooks. But also, just real quick before we wrap up over here, we'll notice that in the integration side of the house over here, the custom webhooks is a pro feature, but I am on an individual plan as displayed on the bottom little left over here. So this is also a way for you to get around using their pre-built integrations, and you'll see that it's already there. You know, it's something that's available, and I didn't have to upgrade to their standard plan in order to use it. So if you are on a budget and everything like that, and you don't mind you doing a little couple of extra steps in order to do this, this is totally worthwhile for you to do. It's going to bring you a really long way. And of course, if you aren't too sure how to do this, you can always just go ahead and pay for the pro plan and use that integration, which it's still going to ask you for the URL and everything like that. The only difference really that you're going to get is not having to go through Graphiql in order to create that webhook. But that's basically it for this video. If you did run into any issues, feel free to drop a comment in the section below. We're always here to help, so don't be shy. If you have a question, most likely somebody else had that question, so be the first one. Drop the note and then we'll answer that for everybody, including you and all the scrappy bootstrappers that are just like you. But if you did like the video, make sure to hit that like button. It's the best way to support this channel and help us continue to make content for you and all of the other entrepreneurs out there who are looking to become better at what they do and optimize their everyday workflows. Got lots of videos coming out as well, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and also the bell so that you get notified when we release the next video. But I'm a guy called Joe. This is Bootstrapping Tools. Let's build. It's been a pleasure, and we're out.